Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator, actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Well, welcome and good evening, you wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8, and this is Let's Play Sakura Swim Club. Morning. Not my favorite time of day. The morning is when you're not awake enough to do anything. Yet there are so many different things to be done at once. I have to shower, I have to go get breakfast, and I have to get ready for the day. Volume's a tiny loud. Turn it down. Okay, I think it's good where it is now. Let me know if I need to adjust it again. I am not a fan of mornings, but no amount of complaining can change that. So the only thing to do is face the day. Bit by bit, I drag myself out of bed. Bright, warm rays of light spill between my curtains and into my room. It's another beautiful sunlit day. It's also a long walk to my new school, so I can spend plenty of time in the sun while I'm here. Good morning, world. Not that I think mornings are good. As usual, there is no one to reply to. It looks like this is going to be another quiet morning for me. If I had to take a guess, I've been at a different school each semester for practically all of school. At first, it was due to my parents moving around so much, but now they keep sending me to different places in hopes that there's one that will spark the family's gift in me. They always talk about how maybe I'm just a bit slower than the rest of the family, or that they just haven't found the right place for me to flourish yet. I do not think that they can accept that their only son isn't going to be a prodigy like everyone else in the family. Not that I really blame them. Our family has a long history of success. Whether I want it or not, I'm expected to carry on that legacy. I look back on the clock, then feel my heart sink to my toes. I slept in a few minutes late. It's going to take me about 20 minutes to walk there. I'll take my time. What's the rush? They're going to ring anyway. If I panic, I'll probably just make things worse for myself. So, I'll take it easy. So here I am again, standing before yet another school that my parents have specifically chosen for me. The same entrance, the same gardens. This place is as boring as the rest of the schools I've seen. I can already feel that sinking feeling. This isn't the place that will make me flourish, in the same way my parents hoped to. No. I shouldn't be so cynical yet. I might as well give this place a chance. If I don't give it a chance, then I'll never know what will happen. So here it goes again. Step by step, not reading the rest of the words, the mundane start which I always experience every time. For a moment, my body feels really heavy. It's a struggle to push myself through all of this, all over again. Nothing I can do to escape that now, though. It takes me a few minutes to find my classroom. It's always a nervous wait before I enter the class. You would think after doing it so many times that it would be easier. I still don't know who's going to be waiting for me on the other side. Sure enough, I hear my teacher say those same words I always hear. I would like to introduce a new student today. He gestures to me, ushering me into the room. All of their eyes are focused on me. I always expect their judgment to be harsh. This is Kaede. Students, I trust you will treat him with respect. Take a deep breath, everything is fine. I'm Kaede, pleased to meet you. I hope that we all get along. None of the class seem to really care that I'm here, though. They're probably all just as bored as I am. I know that feeling all too well. Anything you'd like to tell us about yourself? Oh, nothing really. It was probably not the response that the teacher was expecting. Well then, why don't we get straight into it? We already have a lot of work to do, so get to your seat. I think we'll put you there. He points to the seat in the back row. I know that I said I would give this a chance, but I cannot help but feel that sinking feeling. As I settle into my seat, I find that a tiny sigh escapes my lips. So students, we will be studying. The first lesson goes exactly as expected to. His words begin to bleed into one another until all that remains is an incoherent mess. My mind can hardly register what he is saying. Listening to my teacher drone on and on about things I do not care about. I don't think I'm incapable, it's just that I don't care about this. My parents think that some tough love is what's needed to get me started. What I really need is a reason to care. I can pass the bare minimum requirements. What difference does it really make? It takes what seems like forever for that bell to signal the end of the lesson. By the end of it, the only thing I can focus my eyes on is the clock, watching the hands ever so slowly move. That will be all for now, students. Please review the material when you have the chance to. This will be on your exam. As I'm about to leave, my teacher steps out in front of me. You were barely paying attention to class at all. I know it is only your first day, but you really should take this seriously. I know. I'll do better next time. Are you sure about that? I know that you're a troubled young man, jumping from school to school, barely passing any of your subjects, barely paying attention at all. Your parents have kept me well informed about your problems. Nice to know that they've made arrangements here too. I can't force you to learn, but please, you have a chance to better yourself just like everyone else. Being good at something can only be a good thing, can't it? I guess so. He doesn't look convinced by my answer. Maybe you need someone else to push you. It's not a bad thing. Sometimes we need someone else to motivate us. Why don't you join a club? There's plenty of them in the school. I'm sure there's one which would suit you. Tennis, football, basketball, baseball, swim. Oh, never mind swimming. Swimming? Hang on. What about swimming? They have a rather infamous reputation. You know, I don't think I have ever once in my entire life seen a school with a swimming pool. Though, I think maybe it's more of a Japan thing to have swimming pools. Yeah, but I don't think I've ever actually seen a school with a swimming pool. Ever. You know, I actually was a good swimmer in the past at one point. I was even a registered lifeguard and fully trained in all the, the first aid stuff and how to rescue people. That being said, I haven't even stepped foot in a pool in like a decade. Yeah, actually, might even be over a decade at this point. So I don't think I can do anything other than doggy paddle. Plus, well, both my cardio, my lungs, my ability to hold my breath, and just the muscles used in swimming, I think are not very good anymore. I wouldn't trust myself to be I was never athletic, but I was at least, like, I mean, I was able to do stuff like swim a mile straight without stopping. And I mean, literally a mile. Like, it was actually measured out without stopping. As well as, like, do things like swim to the bottom of a thing that's, like, 20 feet deep. But there's no way in hell I could do that anymore. Hell, I can't even hold my breath hardly anymore. So, my lung capacity and cardio and in general, my lungs and my heart and my muscles all suck. And heck, I have worked factories and manual labor jobs all my fucking life. I'm probably going to be stuck doing that as long as my body can withstand it. And then after that, I guess I'll just die, I guess. I mean, because I don't know how I would pay rent after that if I suddenly can't endure work anymore. Do a lot of jobs for reciprocating sols. Hurts the fuck out of your arm. I rolled my ankle a couple weeks ago. That hurt for about a good week. But still, like, I mean, I can run on it again. As, you know, air quotes run. I was never good at running or jogging these past few years. But I can't... You know that stretch you put your leg back to try to stretch your quads on the front of your leg? I can't do that because when I grab my foot to stretch it like that, the ankle doesn't like that much pressure and that hurts a lot. So I can't physically force my leg to... Basically, due to the way the ankle feels, I can't stretch my quad or else it'll hurt my ankle too much. And of course, my fucking... I remember, like, 5 months ago I sprained the tendons in my fucking hamstrings. 2 months ago I sprained the tendons in my right arm, which still fucking hurts. Hopefully it's not, like, just permanently damaged. Main point being is this. I haven't been swimming in over a decade. And any of the necessary motor skills or endurance for such a skill, I don't think I have anymore. I mean, obviously I could, if I were to suddenly be in water again, I'm sure I could, like, doggy paddle and shit still, and just sort of, like, float around and casually enjoy, like, a little bit of swimming. But if it was like a major situation that required, you know, strong, fast swimming, or, you know, forbid a situation where I had to, like, rescue somebody, I don't think my body is capable of it anymore. Then again, I'm also fucking fat. Which I remember, like, when I first switched jobs, like, I had a few months where I wasn't working and I was like, I'm gonna lose weight during that time, and I just never succeeded at that. It's like, yay, I'm just a fucking failure. I am 5'11" and I am 210 pounds. It's like, I'd like to say one day I could have a six-pack and do an anime cosplay of, like, 2003 Testament or something. But I kind of just don't even feel it's possible anymore. I mean, heck, anytime I go to the gym, I seem to injure or hurt myself in some way. And here lately, I'm just tired all the fucking time. Granted, at least I don't drink all the shit ton of caffeine that I did in the past. At the previous job, I was like... Heck, I mean, toward the end of that, I was doing like 1,000 milligrams caffeine a day. Just to deal with the bullshit I was going with that. At least, at my current job, I don't really drink much caffeine at all. Maybe like the equivalent of like a cup of coffee or something. But for the most part... So that's definitely much healthier, and of course that other job was, you know, the way I was having to turn with the stuff I was carrying was fucking up my knees. Not that there aren't, I'm just trading one set of injuries for another. Then again, this job will probably just be temporary too. But not as long as the other one. The other job was at like, what, 7 or something, 8 years on or some shit? I don't know. This job... I don't know. It's just... I don't know, I'm just kind of tired. Like, at this point, I almost feel like the doctor is like eventually just going to prescribe me like medicinal cocaine or some shit. Just tired. I don't know if I just need more sleep or if I just... And of course, I've been working a lot, but it's not as much overtime as I was at the other jobs, but it's still a decent amount of overtime. Not that I can really afford financially not to do that, but hey, at least anytime I get these games on Steam, I get them under like 90% off, and even then I don't really buy much games anymore. But oh well, it's kind of nice just to be on here, play some odd games. Heck, here lately maybe I'll just find really awkward games just to, so like anyone who comes across my channel will be like, what the fuck is this? So that anyone coming here, I'm just going to be making the absolute worst first impression ever. Then again, it's not like it would be inaccurate. I mean, this literally is the cringiest, most inappropriate, most cursed place on the internet. My videos will be simultaneously the most boring and the most annoying. But most of all, my videos will be the most uncomfortable shit for you guys to watch. Which, again, it's... let's say it's not intentional, but at the same time, I just literally said, I'm like, I'm gonna find games that are like, people are like, what the fuck is this? Then again, at the same time, it's me just chilling and just talking about whatever. Not that I care about monetization, because I'm never going to be monetized, so I've never made a cent off this channel, and I never will. I just like making videos, and I just enjoy making the videos. And I don't want to make money off this stuff. Granted, I'm not rich and I could use money, but I don't care even if I need it badly. I don't want to make a cent from doing these videos. I just want this to be a place where I can relax, where I can talk about anything, no filter. even if that means that everybody who comes by this channel thinks that I am probably just a horrible person. They're like, oh, you're playing a video game with violence. And then there's boobs. Granted, not nudity, but still. It's like, oh no, jiggle physics. It's like, you must be like a misogynist or something. And it's like, ah, you're playing a game like Mortal Kombat. You must be some violent person. Like saying, you play some Grand Theft Auto. You must drive down the sidewalk all the time. Granted, I never did anything dangerous driving IRL aside from like fall asleep while driving. Then there was time I was driving a car and it had some engine trouble. Then there's times it snowed, so that was awkward. Because there's some times where the ice gets really bad. But usually I just try to avoid driving when the weather gets bad. Heck, there was a time I stopped at a stop sign and then a truck going like 75 miles an hour. Speeding the fuck over the speed limit. Just slammed right into me. I have been hit by so many fucking trucks. The world keeps trying to isekai me. Just saying getting hit by trucks hurts. I remember being in the fucking emergency room, having a dozen plus staples put in the left side of my skull, unable to move my left arm. All my ribs as bruised as possible without being broken. having the cop there in the emergency room as my head's getting stapled, writing me a ticket, even though the person who hit me and the people that witnessed it all said that I had come to a complete stop at the stop sign, and the person who hit me, you know, was speeding, and they were breaking the law. I'm still had to get a ticket. Stupid. I forgot what the fuck we're talking about. I think I've had like 100+ things happen that should have killed me. It didn't. And I'll tell you this, I'm glad they didn't, because I appreciate my life and I'm glad to be alive. I mean, I may be depressed, but I don't want to die, and I do appreciate my life. But the low self-esteem and the health issues, as well as financial concerns, are, I don't know, a bit worrying. I don't know, does anyone else out there worry about your finances? Or feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck? Or, you know, get sick or injured a lot? Or feel like you're a worthless defect? Or, heck, I don't even remember what a hug feels like. So, at least a benefit of the Let's Playing. I mean, it really builds into Let's Plays that I talk to myself, but that's just, I'm used to being alone all the time. But then again, I'd rather be alone and feel safe than be in any sort of situation where I don't feel safe. Just saying, kind of sucks if that's a compromise that has to be made. Like, you should be able to have, you know, companionship that you feel respected and safe around. But, yeah, just saying. Does anyone else feel the same on a lot of this stuff? And everyone's like, well, why do you suck so much at relationships, Lunar? And the answer is, aside from certain religious issues that I've already discussed in depth, and certain psychological issues I've discussed in depth, more to the point is I'm just ugly as fuck. So, yeah. But hey, no matter the fact that I'm getting old and I'm fat and I'm ugly, I can still annoy all of you people on the internet and talk about whatever's on my mind. Which right now is just that, I don't know, I just feel low energy a lot. So, maybe I could just like drink more Earl Grey tea or something. I've been sleeping better this past year than I have in a long time, but I don't know, maybe there's just a lot of stuff that just, I'm just old. That's the other thing, I'm 37 now. I kind of feel like I'm too old to even bother trying to date anybody. I mean, basically an elderly person now. Oh well. Let's hop back into video games, I guess. You shouldn't go there. Infamous reputation. Anyway, I'm sure you'll find something which will catch your interest. I will not take any more of your time. He quickly leaves the room. What he said about swimming, I have to admit I'm curious, but first I'll have to check out the other clubs. We'll see if there's something else I'd like to do here. Lots of ellipses. One nice thing about this school is the lack of rumors. I've managed to quietly slip in this time, which is a relief. People always talked behind my back about what sort of person I was. They never seemed to understand either. I don't know, I always feel like everyone kind of fucking hates me. Then I got bullied a full fucking ton in school. So, I was always sort of that person that everyone just fucking hated. Then I graduated school with 4.0. I had straight A's, honors diploma, Heck, I even had calculus, physics, chemistry. Like, fucking 100%ed and aced every one of those tests to the point that I was doing things that were surprising the fucking teachers. And everyone's like, why didn't you go to college? I couldn't fucking afford it. I did work at a factory for about a year or so after after school and saved up some money. In addition to, paying tithes and offering to the church and paying my own bills and paying my own interest and help my parents pay rent. And then tried doing online college, but it turned out that was just a scam, so I got fucked out of my savings. Got put into a little bit of debt. Lived with my parents for a few years after that while continued to work in factories and still pay my own bills and help them pay rent, which is good. I mean, they were never really rich either, so it actually financially helped them a lot too. Honestly, back then, back at that time, if I had moved out, I don't think they would have been able to make rent. Not there really was many apartments at that point. There was nowhere there was a shortage of apartments in the area I was living, so unless I wanted to move really fucking far away, there was nowhere to go. And even then, it's even if I was gonna go anywhere, where was I gonna go? And it's not like I even really knew anybody or had anything. Back, I think it was funny looking at things for money level amounts, whether it's during the entire time I've lived by myself or even during the time I was married, or heck, at no point was I making enough money to be considered the lowest level of middle class. Heck, even during the time where I was living with my parents, contributing financially, or even when I was back in high school or the younger years of school when I was a kid, at no point did my family ever make enough to even count as middle class. But we made too much to receive any sort of financial assistance. So that's funny. Got straight A's throughout high school, didn't get in any trouble, dealt with so much fucking bullshit. Took IQ tests, 132. Granted, it's probably gone down through all the fucking concussions I've had, the times I've been poisoned, and all the times I've gotten sick. Heck, it's 8-ish, 9-ish years ago. I think it's 8-ish years ago. I was in the hospital for 3 fucking days for swelling of the brain and swelling of the spinal cord. I had meningitis and encephalitis. That sucked. Also had a lot of really high fevers, 106. So that sucked. I had a lot of blows to the head. And there were... And granted, I wasn't sleeping the best in the short period before I started Let's Plays, but I know a few years before that, especially during my marriage, I was not sleeping much at all. 1 or 2 hours a day. And I was usually working 60 plus hours a week. So that was probably not good for my health. I even was an Eagle Scout, Boy Scouts. Couldn't get any grants or scholarships or fucking nothing, just got high interest student loans, which were a pain in the ass to pay off. And even then I didn't get anything out of bothering with that either. And as is, granted, everyone's like, oh, you spend a lot of money on Steam games. That's true. But I doubt I'll really be able to spend much. I just have a little bit of money on my Steam account at the moment. I'll probably use what's left of that, and I doubt I'll ever put any more money on Steam again. Well, that's fine. I got plenty of stuff I can record games on as I'm basically falling asleep. And I'm just tired. Just, granted, I know a lot of times I'm tend to work a bit. At least got a couple days off for his Thanksgiving, so that's cool, and I appreciate that. And of course, I've got some personal things going on that are very upsetting IRL, but I've already talked about those ad nauseum, so. And heck, I've been saying lately I'll try to stop talking about that stuff. I've already talked about it enough. And it's like, oh, about the stuff that you've already talked about in the video? Like, no. Not the stuff I've talked about in previous videos. This other subject I haven't talked about at all in this video, but in general, I should really stop talking about my own personal issues. Then again, the internet, whether it's these voice recording or just typing stuff on the internet, is really the only people I have to talk to. This time really anymore, I really don't feel like I have friends or anybody else to talk to. It's just you people through this computer screen, whether it's on YouTube or other websites. So, well, now we've established what a pathetic weeb otaku loser I am, and just how I'm a fucking failure at everything in life, and I'm just getting by paycheck to paycheck I mean, heck, as long as I can have enough to pay rent, that's all that matters. As long as I can, not be homeless. Oh well. Does it even matter? And to a large degree, I kind of feel like I don't really like IRL world out there. After all, basically everyone basically hates me, considers me worthless, ugly, disgusting. Heck, everybody basically thinks I'm retarded. And it's like, oh, you shouldn't care what other people think. Like, you're smart. Yeah, but that's... Like, I don't care if, like, there's thousands and thousands of people who all think very poorly of me, but the fact that it's such limited interaction of humans that, 99.99% of my interaction with human is negative, that does bother me. Especially, it's not so much the negative, so much as the complete fucking lack of any sort of positive reinforcement. Like I said, I don't remember what a fucking hug feels like. And it's just that feeling of being generally feeling worthless, unwanted, or even just feeling scared. Or feeling like you feel unsafe. Like, in general, like, I know that sounds fucking pretentious and fucking spoiled and entitled of me to say, but I think it would be nice to, one, feel cared about, to feel respected, and to feel safe, to feel safe, to feel wanted, to feel respected, to feel cared about, to feel like, someone sees value in you, and also that they would never betray you or hurt you in any way. But then again, you have to learn to be realistic and accept that, you shouldn't be delusional. You gotta accept the truth of reality, and that reality is nobody fucking cares. Oh well, you get used to it. They never seem to understand that either. I was always compared to my parents. Practically everyone in this country knows their name at this point. Anyway, I think I should check out the clubs now. If I don't have something to do in this boring place, then I'm going to go stir crazy. That might be a good place to make some new friends. Alright. What's the point of that? I already know what's going to happen. Damn it, no, I need to stop thinking like that. I'm sure that things could turn out better here. As I idly muse to myself, I smack into something. The impact is enough to make me fall over. Dazed, I slowly look around me. I'm too dizzy to pick myself up yet. What did I run into? Perhaps I see an abundant amount of stripes. What instrument is that? I don't think it's a horn. French horn? A trombone? Do you guys know what instrument that is? Blue and white stripes. As my vision clears, I finally realize what has happened. A black-haired girl with pale blue eyes stares back at me. Her mini-skirt completely fails to hide her panties. Wait, this is the girl who's sitting next to me in class? What are you doing? Look where you're going, stupid. Sorry. You don't sound sincere about that. I am still figuring out which way is up. Am I still laying on the ground? So, I'll help you up in a second, but let me, find out where the wall is. She angrily scolds me, seeming unaware of what's exposed. I think it would be a good idea to let her know. Excuse me. You're not excused. You need to be more considerate of others when you're walking around. I like the voice acting. She's not listening to me. I have to try again. That is irrelevant. That isn't what I was going to say. She's too intent on expressing her anger to notice the problem. But I can't give up. Listen to me. You have a problem. I do. You bumped into me. That is the problem here. I think we should just give up, man. Let's just try to stand back up and we'll try to help her up. Did you hit your head? I don't know who hit who with what. Was I still walking? No, that's not it. What do you mean by that isn't it? Why are you looking at me like... Her eyes slowly look down and she sees what the problem is. An eruption of red spreads across her face. She immediately slips her hands between her thighs, pulling her skirt down to her. It does not really help, though. You saw everything, didn't you? I was still kind of dizzy, so not really. Yes. Oh no, why did I say that? The world seems to have hit her like a sledgehammer. How can you just admit that so shamelessly? It was an accident? I didn't mean to see her panties. I think I'm just making her angrier. She picks herself up and runs down the hall. You better not tell anyone what happened. Wait, why are you running down the hall? Isn't that just gonna, cause this to happen again? You're just gonna run into somebody else. I'll know who did it. For a moment, I'll just sit here, slowly taking what happened. Then I remember I'm sprawled on the ground until I get to my feet. What a strange encounter. Wait, she was sitting next to me in class. I mean, if I was already on the ground, why didn't I just take a nap? This next lesson is going to be awkward. I don't know. It's only awkward if I care. So my lessons dragged on for the rest of the afternoon. The only thing I could be bothered to do was waiting for the bell to ring. It's only a matter of time. There's no sign of the girl I bumped into either. Now then, students, a word before you go. Do make sure to review today's material. This will be on your test this semester. Do not forget it. Shortly after he finishes speaking, the bell rings. I'll say this, I'm so glad I'm not in school anymore. Because even though I did well at it, it was... Aside from issues with other students, which again, that stuff eased off after once we got to the final years of high school, everyone got too busy worrying about their own lives, so that was good. But also in general, just the stress of study for this test, do this homework, read that. Don't worry, I like reading, but it's just... School is... Even if you have no other complications going on, is... it's a bit of extra stress. Like, it's very rare, but there's sometimes I'll wake up maybe once every few months and I'll be like, oh, I need to get ready for school. And I'm like, oh wait, I'm 37. And it's like my day off work. Time to finally leave this place. Another long, boring, pointless first day. But there's still some clubs I haven't had to look at yet. As I'm about to leave, he turns to me again. Kaede, I just wanted to talk to you again. Yes, sir. How was your first day? Pretty much what I expected it to be. And what do you expect to be? Do you really want to know? My response makes him frown. I see. He turns back towards the desk, gathering his things. Well then, did you check out the clubs? A few of them, none of them really stood out to me. I'll keep looking. But I don't know if I'll find one I like. He readjusts his glasses awkwardly. Good, keep looking. I'm sure you'll find somewhere to spend your time. Another thing too. Even if you don't like any of them, please join one, okay? His tone suggests that he's commanding me more than asking. You really need to. What about the swimming club? He just shakes his head. It wouldn't be worth your time. Why wouldn't it be? I told you for its infamous reputation among the students. He just shrugs. Well, you can if you wish to, but I do not know if it will be the club that suits you. Despite myself, I really want to know more about the swimming club. Where can I find the school's pool? I'll say this. Offhand, I'll say this. If I was in a school and circumstances were, air quotes, normal, I would totally be in a swimming club. Now, granted, I understand the premise of this game will be a bit pervy and, you know, have situations that would never have happened in real life. But, all that aside, I think I would have really enjoyed swimming quite a bit. And, you know, I wasn't as fat back then. I mean, I was still 5'11". I was just like, what, 165 pounds back then? So I was a lot skinnier, but I've never had an actual six-pack ever in my life. But I think I would legitimately just have liked, you know, swimming. Though, given how things were when I was in school, I probably wouldn't, just because, like I said, there was a lot of bullying, and I think I would avoid doing a club or anything like that. Because in general, I didn't want to do stuff at school just because the way the other students were. But provided that I at least had the build that I had when I was in school, and not as fat as I am now, and let's just say I was a normal kid who didn't get bullied all the fucking time, yeah, I think it would have been nice to go swimming, and heck, maybe the extra athleticism from that, I would have actually had a six-pack. I don't know. I will tell you this, if I ever do have a six-pack, I will always fucking brag about it. It's kind of like how lately I constantly complain about how I'm fucking fat. And... But then you guys can see me in the live stream, so... You can see how fucking fat I am. But I'll say this. I've never had a six-pack. I imagine if I had a six-pack, I'd probably have a lot more high energy. And heck, maybe I wouldn't have depression. I don't know. Maybe I'd be all happy and stuff. As I'm like nodding off. He lets out a defeated, weary sigh. Down the hall from the classroom, take a right, another right, and another left. Hope you find what you're looking for there. Why did it sound like you're like giving me like directions for like a shogi? You know, like that Japanese chess thing. Packs his things and heads out of the room. See you tomorrow, Kaede. Hope that I will be able to help you. I know that he means well, but I don't like how he talks about the swimming club that way. Is it even appropriate for a teacher to comment on things like that? Does something happen with the swimming club? Is that why he's talking about it that way? All it does is make me want to find out more about it. What is the truth behind the swimming club? I guess that's something I can investigate right now. All the ellipses. Here I am standing before the entrance to the swimming pool. It took me way longer to find than I expected. The swimming club is supposedly meeting right now. After all the discouragement I received, I feel like I need to know what the deal with the club is anyway. The distinct smell of chlorine hit me as I passed through the doors. This looks really nice. Like I said, if I was a normal student and not somebody who was just getting bullied all the fucking time, and there was actually a school that had a fucking pool, I think this would have been a lot of fun. I think I probably would have spent a couple hours every single day after school just swimming. But like I said, I have never once in my life seen a school with a swimming pool. I don't think they're a thing that really exists in America except maybe the super rich areas. When was the last time I smelled that? Then again, I think it's because like different countries prioritize different sports. Like I know, like America, like every high school has football teams. I don't like. Granted, the field can be used for soccer because that's usually what people like Europe and the rest of the world think of when they hear football. But I'm talking like American football with like, you know, the oval-shaped ball and the tackling. So, like NFL's type stuff. But in general, yeah, I think America is just really big into those sports, and I think it's just different countries just prioritize different sports over other things. But yeah, I think if I was in a school where I wasn't getting bullied and they actually had a pool, I think I probably would have spent a lot of time swimming. If only I could have waterproof fucking earbuds that can listen to music while I'm swimming. Which I'm sure they kind of make things like that, but it's like, again, it's electronics and water. Probably not a great mix. Heck, do you guys know certain toasters are waterproof? I don't think I've been to a proper swimming pool in a very long time. I haven't actually gone swimming in over a decade. I don't think my heart, lungs, or muscles could handle it. Then again, my tendons are usually the thing that give out. Like, it's like, granted, my muscles aren't very strong either, but like my tendons get injured all the fucking time. My body's just like fucking falling apart. Then again, we've established that I am worthless, so oh well, nothing new. Finally, I'm fairly impressed to say the least. This building is massive. A full-length Olympic swimming pool spreads out before me. As I look around, though, I notice there's no one else here. The only sound which echoes through the building is the gradual lapping of water against the pool's edges. Funny, from what I gather, the swimming club is supposed to be meeting today. So, where are they? Hello? Is anybody here? Only silence in response. I do not think there's a single soul here. Maybe practice isn't on today. But it said that practice was on today. I don't know. If there's no one in the swimming club, then obviously I can't join it. Hello? My own voice echoes back to me several times. It really is barren in here. Perhaps I should hang around for a bit. They might be getting changed or something, I don't know. I decide to wait for a few minutes. There's little else for me to do other than watch the water lap against the pool's edge. Didn't I used to love swimming? I don't really remember. Same. Same. I think I remember I used to love swimming too. But like I said, there wasn't really much opportunity to do it. Unless you like walk out to a pool that was only open a couple months out of the year, but and of course in Boy Scouts I did a shit ton, but usually that was either training to learn something or doing shit with fucking canoes, and it was more treated like a fucking chore. I'd rather just swim casually and without worrying about other shit going on. I would just like to swim to swim. Even on a hot day like this, surely someone would be using the pool. But yeah, like I said, I haven't gone swimming in a long time, and honestly, even if I were to be steady at it, I don't think my body could readapt to the water. Plus, I mean, that would require so much fucking sunblock. I get sunburnt so easily. Oh well. I wonder why it's abandoned right now. Maybe that's what's infamous at the club. Perhaps the members never meet up, so it's a club that doesn't exist. I can only pointlessly speculate. Yes, I'm about to leave, but here's a loud splashing behind me. 2 girls emerged from the water. Were you guys holding your breath? I mean, I remember in the past I used to do that a bit. Like, I would try to be under the water and I would try to hold my breath. I would also try to see how far I could swim underwater without surfacing for air. I felt I was pretty good at it. So, heck, I remember at one point being in a bit of choir for school. Though I think my voice sounded a bit different back then. Yeah, I think I had a much better lung capacity back then. Then again, I've also had to work jobs where... I mean, there was that one job where I was breathing in powdered metal and powdered paint. Basically being forced to eat my own vomit, and everyone's like, what? Well, I couldn't get off the line. I mean, we weren't using appropriate protection for the face, so I was being forced to breathe in a lot of chemicals that were not very good for me, and my body didn't like that, so I was always sick, and so I was always vomiting, but I had to keep working, so I couldn't get off the line to go vomit into a trash can, so I had to just re-swallow my vomit as I worked, which is why my back teeth, I've had a few cut out, and my teeth got a little bit damaged from that, just because being forced to vomit repeatedly and re-swallow your own vomit is not good for your health, nor is it pleasant anyway. Hello? Ah, my phone is doing a thing. Oh. Oh! Be back. Sorry about that. I'm just saying. I feel like I had pretty decent lung capacity back then. Just saying I would have really liked to go swimming in the past. I really like the way they drew their eyes. Also, what's with the look around the girl with the white hair around her neck. Two girls emerged from the water. Wait, one of them is that black-haired girl from before, and the other one's sitting next to me in class. They're wearing swimsuits, but those swimsuits are practically shredded. The straps are torn too, meaning that it can't stay up on its own. Both of them are desperately trying to hold their swimsuits together. Not that it's helping, it's revealing plenty despite their efforts. Their cheeks are flushed as red as rose as they look down at themselves. These are the two terrors that my teacher told me about. This is so embarrassing. How do you think I feel about it? Who cares about how you feel about it? I care about how I feel about it. You need to be more careful. You need to be more careful. But it's your fault. No, it isn't. Both of them angry with each other angrily, failing to notice me standing there. As they do so, they seem to care less and less about holding their swimsuits together. More and more pale skin revealed every moment that passes. I'm not sure what exactly I should do at the moment. Our swimsuits. Oh well, At least there's no one around, right? Hi. I'm just gonna like stand here and wave at you guys. You know, until you notice me. As she says that, she looks around the room. Imagine how embarrassing it'd be if someone was. Her pale blue eyes shift toward where I'm standing. Hi. Oh no, I think I've been found. Well, it's not like I was hiding. Oh, look, it's a cardboard box next to the pool. Metal Gear Solid 2. What? What is wrong? When the black-haired girl doesn't respond, she looks toward where I'm standing as well. She grows silent too as she notices my presence. Both of them start to furiously blush as the situation dawns on them. A few awkward moments pass before they say anything. Well, I need to look at you guys so I can make sure you're not drowning, and then you can ask me, hey, do you guys need, like, me to find you your spare clothes or something and bring them to you, or like, after all, like, why are your clothes like that? What has happened? Did I miss like some epic Dragon Ball Z battle? Like you guys like firing like where like the Kamehameha wave and Gallic gun? Why am I imagining like I'm take on like volleyball now, but it's like very miniature Gallic guns? Like imagine a Gallic gun, but it's like the force to like hit a volleyball. Like trying to think of like a low-level Dragon Ball Z battle, but that's just like water park stuff. Like we're not shooting it like hard enough to be like a fire hose, like because obviously if a fire hose water is hard enough that it would like peel the flesh from your skin and kill you. I'm like imagine like what if you made like a DBZ inspired like women's water volleyball game? I don't know. It's not really helping though. If anything, their panic is causing their swimsuits to fall apart even quicker. It's now a desperate battle between them and their clothing. And they're losing really badly. It seems really nothing they can do to stop it. Get out of here right now. I just wanted to go swimming. I didn't expect to like walk in on like, you know, Majin Vegeta versus Goku. They both stare at me indignantly. The white-haired girl's indignant look quickly turns to panic, though. Oh no, it's falling apart. I can't stop it. Help me! I think I see something completely divide in half before she's finished speaking. Her face goes rather redder. Her face goes redder than the hot coals of a furnace. For a moment, she focused her attention away from me to deal with the new. At least mine isn't getting worse. I'm just another sound of tearing material. Her face goes right red too. Not me too. She looks down in despair at her swimsuit. This is just embarrassing. Like I know I was commenting on how much I like how the anime faces and eyes. I mean, look at the overall shape of the chins and the way the mouths are drawn. Heck, look at the way their hand is. And of course, I always like the backgrounds of this, but let's be clear. Those boobs are awesome. What's the quote? It's magnificent. I'm just trying to quote something, but it's like, I'm just saying. Okay, I just had to take a moment to appreciate boobs. I can't stand it anymore. Despite their own problems, they still look back at me. I'm surprised that they're still able to hold their swimsuits together at all. Stop standing there and looking at us. Out, now. You heard her, get out. It would be better to listen to them, I think. I slowly back out of the building, their eyes fixed on me the entire time. Sometime later, the pair returned from the changing rooms. I decided to wait outside for them. Their faces are still red. You are still here? I also like their outfits. To be fair, Lunar, you like how well they fit in their outfits. Yes, they are both very pretty. Her face turns grim as she comes close, looks closer to me. She must have not recognized me while she was flustered from more. Oh no. Not you again. Not him again. This is the guy who... She can't bring herself to finish saying it. Yet before she was shouting it out shamelessly. Yeah, I just want to go swimming, guys. Can we pretend that didn't happen? Okay, how does that benefit you in any way? That's just going to be more embarrassing for you. Like, it's okay, we ran into each other in a hallway, and then I'm like, I want to join the swim club, and you guys are like, using Kaioken and Ultra Ego and shit on each other. You can't just get involved in a situation like that. What? Like what? Like, us running into each other? I am really clumsy. I can't ride a bicycle. Like, I have a terrible sense of balance. Like, I can't ride a bicycle. People say, oh, you just learn. I would not be able to afford those medical bills. Plus, you know, that would hinder my ability to actually work. It's just, I do not have a good sense of balance. And I am very uncoordinated. It's like, Lunar, where's the part where you describe anything of value about yourself that anyone would see of any use of you as existence? There's nothing. But I like existing, so... Yay, me, I guess. And pretend it didn't happen. You know, I imagine if somebody was like all smooth and knew how to be charismatic, they would make some sort of very charming, you know, way to turn that into something, into like, well, I'll pretend it happened, like, well, just make it into a regular thing. And, you know, basically turn it into asking her out for a date. Like, I'm sure there's some smooth, you know, proper way to do that, but I don't care anymore. Especially when it's twice in one day. Yes, it's unfortunate you walked in when that happened. I don't think we need to tell you that you shouldn't mention what happened here. Why, that you guys suck at swimming? The white-haired girl seems rather cool about the whole situation now that it's over. If you say anything about this, again, why would I be saying anything about this? Who would I be saying this to? Who would I am new here. I don't even have anyone I would talk to. I don't have friends. Like, I think I've talked to you guys and the teacher. And myself. Just here to go swimming. Or what happened in the hallway. I get it, you're clumsy, I'm clumsy. I mean, as long as we don't fucking drown, we're okay. The black-haired one, on the other hand, looks really mad. Her gaze is practically burning a hole through me. Don't worry about it, won't tell anyone. Thank you. You're that transfer student, aren't you? Kaede, right? Yeah, and you two are? How can you be so calm at a time like this? Hiromi? Hiromi, so that's her name. He said he wouldn't tell anyone, so I'm sure he'll keep his word. Mayako? Mieko? How can you be so sure about that? Okay, 1. Why would I tell anyone? 2. What would I even say? Oh, guys, look, I bumped into this person in the hallway. Or like, hey, I went into like the pool and some girls were like, I don't know, firing laser beams at each other or something. Really, I won't tell anyone. It would be nasty to do something like that. Don't think I trust you yet. Hiromi ignores her friend's outburst. So, What are you doing here? I was checking out the clubs. It's my first day after all. Oh? Then I think you found the right club. Oh. Well, that's nice. You're saying you actually want me to join. Yay! Positive interaction. Do we really want someone like him joining the swimming club? Is it because I'm fat? Roy looks around her at the vast, empty building around her. There's no one else around. Oh, right. Listen, since you caused me so much trouble, you should join the swimming club. Well, this is a strange turn of events. But hey, they want me to join? That's cool. Yay! People actually want me around. And it's not like everyone just hates me and considers me retarded and disgusting and horrible and worthless, and I just have to be around them anyway because it's what's required of me to continue living. We really need new members. Like, heck, in general, like whenever I go to any sort of job I work, I mean, I can't say I really get along with people. And nor do I really even give a fuck. I mean, here's the thing. I don't give a shit what the people at work at any place I go to think of me. But, given the fact that it's like 95% of all my human interaction, as it's most of my time, I'm at work. It's just the fact that those are usually the only human beings I see. So it's kind of annoying. Then again, it really would be cool to be in a swim club, and for the other people in the swim club to be, one, liking me being there, and also being, as my vision goes slightly blurry as I'm sleepy. If we don't, they're going to close our club. Both of them gaze at me. The weight of their stare is heavy. I do not think that I can say no. Before I do, could I ask something? Okay. Both of them seem to freeze up, anticipating something. Heard from someone that you aren't welcoming of new members. So why are you inviting me so readily? Please ignore those rumors. A deep, disappointed frown forms on her face. If we weren't, why would we invite you in the first place? Of course you'd believe that. You shouldn't just accept what everyone says as fact. No wonder they have an infamous reputation. But still, I can't just leave them like this. That's all I wanted to know. Don't worry about it, I'll join. It's not that I'm doing this out of guilt or obligation, though. All of the other clubs, let's just say something feels exciting about this one. Well, I mean, yeah, we get to go swimming. And it's an inside pool! That's also pretty rare. Trying to remember the last time I saw a pool that was inside a building. Let us say something feels exciting about this one. The fact that something has finally caught my interest is nothing short of significant. Both of them look really happy when I say that. Yay! Pretty girls are happy at my existence. Finally, we have a new member. Yay! I made people smile. There's a first for everything. They're overjoyed at the moment. I can't really join in as I don't know the full significance of it, even though it had to be this guy. Okay. She's not gonna let that go, I'm guessing. Just warning you, I haven't been swimming in years. Don't worry about that. We'll both train you. Okay, I don't know about like video game me, but like real life me, if like I was like suddenly had this situation happen like say tomorrow or some shit, which you know tomorrow's Thanksgiving, but still. Then again, if it's actually indoor pool, I think could actually be warm. Might even have heaters in it. but I don't think I can really swim very well. I'm pretty sure cardio, my heart, my lungs, my muscles. Plus I'm fatter now. I don't think I can hold my breath very well, and I'm a bit concerned like I'd find some new way to hurt myself. I'm clumsy as is, and well, I feel like I'm just falling apart as I'm getting older. It's like, okay, it's like life is just a series of you're defective. And every day that goes by, you'll just become more and more defective. She seems fairly confident about that, but Maiko doesn't seem to like it. We will? Well, I mean, usually the best way to get better at being a teacher is by being a teacher. Plus, by teaching, you get a better understanding of the stuff yourself, but, I mean, depends on what we're trying to teach. I mean, I learned actual lifeguard saving stuff and how to do things like how to jump into a pool without having your head go under the water, or how to properly rescue someone who has a spinal injury. I mean, I still remember the basics of that stuff. Though I'll say this, in Scouts I learned a bunch of knots and lashes, but I don't remember any of that shit. Heck, some jobs I've done recently needed me to tie stuff, and it's just, I can't remember how to tie anything, and of course I try to watch them do a knot real quick and try to copy it, and I can't do it. It's like my short-term memory is just completely fucked. It's like my short-term memory is gone. Maiko nervously shifts on the spot. Are you really sure we should teach him? Maiko, I know you're good swimmer. I need you guys to teach me not how to drown. Also, the Kaioken. Just show him how to do it. I'm not as good as you, though. I quickly glance at my watch and realize that it's getting late. Sorry to cut you off, but I really need to get home. Oh, okay. Well, we will see you tomorrow, right? I mean, unless I kill myself. She looks at me with hopeful eyes. Of course you will. I mean, I just talked about how bad I am at tying a rope, so I imagine I couldn't tie a noose correctly. So. But seriously, I need to get home now. I'm sure we will see you. I'm sure too. She doesn't sound very confident about that.